Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Shabbat Shalom. Take a seat. You can see the words on the screen from Psalm 122.
We're going to go through the whole thing once, and then we'll teach it together.
Shalom, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
Yehi Shalom.
יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך. יהי שלום, Shalva,
just 4 or 5 words, easy.
Yehi Shalom, Shalva,
Repeat after me. Yehi Shalom,
Yehi Shalom.
בחלק שלווה, one more time, בחלק שלווה, your turn.
בחלק שלווה,
בארמנותייך,
בארמנותייך.
Together, that whole thing, those 3 parts.
יהי שלום,
בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך. Good job. Let's do that again. Here we go.
יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
Second part goes like this. Yehi Shalom. Your turn.
יהי שלום,
בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך. בחלק שלווה. From there, here we go.
בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
The whole thing, the second part.
יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
Again.
יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
From the top.
יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
Peace in your stronghold, serenity in your palace.
יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך. 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 יהי שלום, בחלק שלווה, בארמנותייך.
Yeah, everyone was singing. So suddenly we've got a percussionist as part of services. What's going on?
Indeed.
Okay, Jacob Coleman, whose bar mitzvah is tomorrow. Okay, you would have seen him before a bunch of times. But we got him a little bit more center stage. We're really glad to celebrate with you and your family. We're having fun at the rehearsal today, right? I mean, you're nervous because it's a big day.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you're having fun as well. So thank you so much for accompanying us. And we were reading those and singing those words from verse 7 of Psalm 122, just as a way of starting to weave some ideas from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. into our service this evening, because obviously the commemoration over this weekend, and we imagine if we ask for peace within your palace, God, we imagine the whole world as God's palace, and the hope for peace within those parameters. I do want to ask people just to check in with each other, see who you're sitting next to or behind or in front of you, and see how they're doing, how the week was. Do that now. So I'm going to invite Mark Weiss, our treasurer of Colony, just to tell you about some of the things happening at the congregation the next little while. Over to you, Mark.
Okay. Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you,
Shabbat
Cantor.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to Rabbi and Cantor Jen for leading our services this evening. Thank you to the Jacobs, Mickey Coleman family for lighting our Shabbat candles. I'll get a little stage preparation up here. And I want to express my appreciation to Chris Tackett on the piano, our tech team, the facilities team, and all the talented staff who make our services possible. Tomorrow, Torah study will be at 8:30 a.m. Shabbat services at 10 a.m. when Jacob will become a bar mitzvah. Mazel tov. Are you playing percussion tomorrow too?
Good. There seems to be support for that project.
Maybe I should show up. Our Jewish lifelong learning classes and programs are starting up and booking out fast. Check out the weekly email on our website for all the information. Don't miss, on February 15th, we have a fundraiser concert featuring our cantor, and we're very excited about it. It's Cantor Jen's Joy in the Journey. Concert tickets are selling fast with limited seating, still available. I'm happy to say that the dinner and the VIP part have been sold out, but there's tickets available, and also we're looking for donations and the tribute books available. I just want to give a shout out to Sheila Perez, Bev Sandock, Howard Paley, Sean, Don Green, and Sydney, thank you, Sydney Ruskin.
You'll get there, Mark. You're fine.
I'll get there. I talked to Sydney today. You think I'd remember her name? They've just done an outstanding job in a crunch time to get this put together. I want to thank the congregation for supporting it. We're all really looking forward to it. Kolami is excited to explore the idea of forming a Dayenu Circle. This would be a community-driven effort to act on the Jewish values of caring for our planet and preserving it for future generations. The introductory meeting is on Sunday, January 26th at 1 p.m., and you can attend in person or on Zoom. Although the Kolami administrative offices are closed on Monday, January 20th, in observance of Martin Luther King Day, we will be open from 1 to 2 for the Day of Chesed and building care packets. Please join us in other events per the newsletter. A reminder, the Weintraub Judaica shop will be open Sunday 9 to 12 and Friday 6 to 6:30. On behalf of Kolami clergy, the entire amazing staff and the Board of Trustees, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much,
One
Mark.
more tiny plug.
Yeah, of course.
Tomorrow morning, right after the bar mitzvah, I'm going to be teaching a trope class on how to chant from the Torah and Haftarah. So if that's something that you're interested in, please join us.
So just thinking about some of Dr. King's teachings, and of course many of them he rooted them in the Tanakh and the Hebrew Bible. I'm going to give you some extracts from his 1964 Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech. And when I read this, I think of the great Hasidic leader, Rebbe Nachman, who told us it's forbidden to give in to despair. Dr. King said, "I refuse to accept despair as the final response to the ambiguities of history. I refuse to accept the idea that the isness of man's present nature makes him morally incapable of reaching up for the eternal oughtness that forever confronts him. I refuse to accept the idea that man is mere flotsam and jetsam in the river of life, unable to influence the unfolding events which surround him. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality." I'd like to invite Jacob and your family to join me for lighting of the Shabbat candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Try again. Take two.
Rehearse this.
Hold it on. Take three.
Here we go. Where is it? There it is. Okay, great.
Now turn it like this. We were practicing this at Hanukkah this year, but we forgot. Now blow it
Blow
up.
it up. Blow it. Good. Now you got it.
No, that's all right. He's going to light the outside candle. He's just trying to be diligent. Good for Jacob.
I'm working on it.
Good job.
Got the blessing right here.
Baruch
Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We're going to sing the words from Psalm 95, Lechuna Ranana, on page 12. Page 12 of this book. Nari aluso yeshenu nekakma fana betoda. Nari aluso yeshenu nekakma fana betoda. Ismirot nari alon. La 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 נקדמה פנה בתודה. נריע לצור אישנו, נקדמה פנה בתודה. בזמירות נריע לו, נריע לו, בזמירות נריע לו. Page 20 to welcome the Shabbos bride, Lecha Dodi. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה
שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת מכוון אליך, כי מקום הברכה מראש מקדם לסוכה. סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת Verse 5. התעוררי, התעוררי, היבעורי, קומי הורי, 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 שתדברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה.
בואי ושלום אל תרד עלה, גם בשמחה ובצערה תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חיילה, בואי חלה, לך
דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה. I'm going to keep you standing because we're going to be standing again soon anyway. This is good. On page 26 for the half Kaddish.
Yikadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrachirutei, ve'yamlich malchutei, ve'chayechon uvyomechon, uvechaye dechol beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, ve'imeru, Amen. Yesh meraba mevarach, le'olam olam me'amaya.
Yitbarach.
Yiparach ve'yishtabach, ve'yitpa'ar ve'yitromam ve'yitnaseh, ve'yithadar ve'yitaleh ve'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata,
Zushvechata v'nechemata.
Damiram be'alma ve'imeru. Amen.
Page 28. Lai lai, ya lai lai lai, ya lai 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 lai. Ya lai lai, ya lai lai lai, ya lai 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 lai. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai.
Barechu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai,
Yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai yai lai, yai lai lai yai lai lai lai. We remain standing as we sing our evening creation blessing. You can find it, the words on the screen.
Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidbaro mariv harabim
Bechokma poteach she'arim.
God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun. You unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars
And wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
asher bidbaro mariv harabim
Bechokma poteach she'arim.
So I think Dr. King, in this next short extract from his Nobel Peace Prize acceptance speech, might well have been thinking of the prophetic vision of the Hebrew prophets of what society could look like, and even quotes Isaiah chapter 11. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. I believe that even amid today's mortar bursts and whining bullets, there is still hope for a brighter tomorrow. I believe that wounded justice lying prostrate on the blood-flowing streets of our nations can be lifted from this dust of shame to reign supreme among the children of men. And the lion and the lamb shall lie down together. Every man shall sit under his own vine and fig tree, and none shall be afraid. We can find Shema on page 34.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam
Page 36 for the Vahavta. Please be seated if it is your custom.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופרך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
In 39 we say together, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
So this setting of Micha Mocha is set to Redemption Song by Bob Marley. It's a very, very popular setting of this Micha Mocha text at Jewish sleepaway camp. So I grew up with it. The rabbi also knew it
I
from
had a load
camp.
of it, yeah, for sure.
And truly the words, won't you help to sing the song of freedom? Because all I ever had, Redemption Song. Every week we revisit this text of Micha Mocha, and we find new ways to redeem ourselves and to thank God for the things that have gotten us through hard times.
Oh, Micha Mocha, Ba'elim Adonai. Oh, Micha Mocha, Nedar B'Kodesh. Oh, Nora Tehi
nora tehilot, osef eleh.
Won't you help to sing this song of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song.
Oh, mi chamocha.
Oh, mi chamocha, ba'elim Adonai. Oh, mi chamocha,
Nedar b'kodesh,
oh, nora tehilot, osef eleh. Oh, nora tehilot, osef eleh.
won't you help to sing
This song of freedom,
'cause all I ever had, redemption song, redemption song, redemption song. ונאמר כבוד אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We turn to our evening blessing. We actually have these words on the screen just because we're just selecting a few words from the evening blessing, asking God to help us lie down in peace and raise us up to life renewed. I did start to teach this. I mean, they knew this last week, but they could benefit from some cantor teaching instead of some rabbi teaching. Let's just be honest here.
Great. I heard you did a wonderful job.
Yeah, all right.
So the melody goes like this. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom. Oh, you guys know this.
Yeah.
Let's just sing it together. Here we go. We're going to do it a bunch of times, so if this is new to you, please join in as you feel comfortable. So you did do a good job teaching it.
They knew it before.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. 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 Ushmot tzeitzenu לחיים ושלום מעתה ועד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
Everyone, please turn to page 46. Please rise for the tefillah.
Adonai Satan Tifta Adonai Satan Tifta
יגיד תהילתך. אדוני שפתי תפתח, אדוני שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך, ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומר חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואמהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, נאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue in silence for a few moments. You now know these beautiful words from Psalm 122. We're going to put them back on the screen. May peace and serenity be in your palace, God, throughout the whole world. Yehi Shalom, Be'ele Shalva, Be'armenotai. 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 So I'm going to call on Laurel, Jacob's mother, to offer us a few words of Torah. There you go, that's what mums are for. Might be doing a drash, but got to help your kid on the way.
Yeah, a little bit higher, like that. Yeah, is that okay? Okay. Whew. Hi, everyone. So good to see you. We have quite the story in this week's Torah portion. Moses comes upon a bush that is on fire, yet is not consumed by the flames. Fire let loose in the wild, as we've just seen this past week, can be devastatingly uncontrollable and destructive. Yet this bush was not overtaken by the flames, nor wounded by the fire. We humans do in fact experience wounds of many kinds, and we may think of them as the flames of our most difficult experiences in life. Yet we do not have to be consumed by the flames. For you, Jacob, I wish that you will be able to pull from your own fires something forged from the difficulties you will inevitably endure in life. I hope that in your deepest moments of suffering, you trust that you will survive it. To do so is an act of courage. And I promise you this, if you have faith that you will not be consumed by the flames that lick upon you in some of these painful moments of your life, then you will carry the marks that you earn with wisdom and pride. In this week's story, we also hear of the moment when God calls Moses to lead the Israelites out of slavery. God says, "I have seen the misery of my people. I have heard them crying out, and I will not abide." This speaks metaphorically to the slow realization, as we are all growing up, of the suffering in the world around us. For many of us, by the time of our B'nai Mitzvah, We may ask the question, what kind of world do I find myself living in? Can I abide the injustices that I see around me? Or for that matter, can I abide the Supreme Court justices I see around me? If we are discerning on this journey, we may pause and ask, must I abide the injustices that I see around me? God hears the cry of the oppressed and will not abide. So too are we called to tikkun olam, or the repair of a broken world, to take action. How do we answer? Well, in this week's passage, we have some indication of how to do so. God says to Moses, "Now go, I am sending you." And Moses says, "Who, me? Who am I to be the one to bring my people to liberation?" There will be many moments in your life, Jacob, when you will witness injustice and when you may think to yourself, who am I to be the one to take action? You can choose to turn away from the suffering in this world, but my hope for you is that you do not. We Jews were never promised liberation exclusively. It was always conditional upon behaving justly in service to the liberation of others, including strangers. Right, Rabbi? Just checking. Jacob, if you're brave enough to say, I am to be the one, then your liberation will be mutual. You also free yourself a little more each time, because we are all tied up with each other. Wherever you are, wherever they are, wherever we are, all over this world. And so my hope for you is this, that you choose to be the one.
Shabbat Shalom, Laurel. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Going to take a few moments in our service to concentrate on healing. Recently added to our healing list, Marta Ballon. We, of course, particularly on this week, we pray for the 98 hostages who have been held for 469 days. I know we're particularly in a waiting pattern with the announcement of the deal and the first phase of the deal hopefully happening. And we fervently, as we sing our healing prayer, ask that the 33 who have been chosen initially be returned to the loving embrace of their family. We hope that comes to fruition very, very quickly in the next few days. Is there anyone in the room who wants to add a name for healing? Thank you. Thank you. Rita. Thank you so much. Rabbi? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Did I miss anyone? The online part of our community wants to add the names of Regina, Rivka, Bas Esther, Emily Mackenzie, Shulamit Mimi, George Foss and Bob Foss. We turn to our healing prayer on page 253. Please rise physically or spiritually. Hold hands, link arms as we sing together. us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheperach imotenu mekor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Please be seated. One of the greatest pleasures that I have in life, believe it or not, is to eat in a restaurant alone. I'm serious. I love it. Okay, no offense to my family. I'll happily eat with others on occasion, but there's something wonderful about being alone with my thoughts or reading a book. I'm alone, but not lonely. Now, I'll admit that being alone has become a little bit unnatural in today's world. Even being alone isn't really being alone. I can be at the restaurant table without any other human sitting there, but sometimes, once in a while, I'll scroll through social media on my phone. When I do that, I get a hit of dopamine, a chemical which the brain releases during, amongst other things, social interaction. So, in other words, moments where it's possible to be alone without being lonely are fewer and further between. Now, ultimately, being alone is a bit scary. The most brilliant analysis I've heard about modern digital technology and its connection to loneliness is by the comedian Louis C.K. He's a very specific theory about things like smartphones. And he says, and I quote, "You need to build an ability to just be yourself, not be doing something. That's what the phones are taking away, the ability to just sit there. That's being a person." So what he's saying is we're always looking at a phone or screen, and we never have the opportunity to just sit there and think and exist. He continues, and sometimes when things clear away, you're not watching anything, you're in your car, and you start going, oh no, here it comes. Starts to visit on you, just the sadness. Life is tremendously sad. You realize you're being alone. And that's why we text and drive. I look around, he says, pretty much 100% of the people driving are texting. And they're killing, everybody's murdering each other with their cars, but people are willing to risk taking a life and ruining their own because they don't want to be alone for a second because it's so hard. So ultimately, he suggests, and this is the killer line, you never feel completely sad or completely happy, you just feel kind of satisfied with your product, and then you die. Now, this assessment is a little extreme, but still hopeful. We should try to cultivate moments where we simply exist with our own thoughts. And that introspection can lead to new ideas and helpful self-reflection and to feeling more connected to the world beyond humans, be it nature or even a rich urban landscape. So when Moses goes off the beaten track, the beginning of Exodus this week in the Torah, the description of where he takes his flock of sheep and where he encounters the burning bush is striking. Moses led the sheep achar midbar, beyond the wilderness. So he's really out there, extremely remote, go through the midbar, the wilderness, the most uncultivated land, and then once you traversed all of that, that's where you need to be. So our sages tell us Moses was specifically seeking solitude so he could reflect on the secrets of the cosmos. He couldn't do that around other people. He needed space. Now, I'm not suggesting it's good to be alone all the time, because that can indeed get lonely. When Eve is created in the book of Genesis, we're told, Lo tov heyot ha'adam levado. It's not good for a human to be alone. Being alone for too long consistently can lead to loneliness and isolation. When the pandemic was at its height, many folks suffered the exact fate. Technology, video calls didn't quite cut it. Speaking to someone through a screen's fine as long as you know you'll see that person eventually in the flesh. And sometimes, if you're alone for too long, it can get boring and lonely. Later in Genesis, the remarkable moment before Jacob wrestles with an angel, maybe his conscience is described, V'yavate Yaakov levado. Jacob remained alone. It's often in these crucial moments of life we should specifically be alone for at least a short time so we can organize our thoughts and genuinely unpack how we feel about impending events. So being okay with being alone is important because you can get a handle on who you actually are without the interruption or influence of others. If you were never alone, you wouldn't get to meet the real you. In the words of Rabbi David Kasher, so this is how I feel. This is what really matters to me. So this is who I am. You don't know these things for sure if you always have company, and so we delay finding out who we really are by surrounding ourselves with people or distractions, because finding out who we really are can be quite frightening. Oh wow, away from the noise, this is what I actually think, this is who I really am. The philosopher Paul Tillich described this delicate balance well when he said, loneliness expresses the pain of being alone, and solitude expresses the glory of being alone. Think how relatively fortunate we are by living in Tucson, where there are real opportunities for being alone. In cities where I previously lived, London, New York, and Las Vegas, and Jerusalem, one's own thoughts were often interrupted by sirens, chatter, or really loud fridges. And at least here we can get away from it all to potentially experience the glory of being alone. So mentally or physically, once in a while, we need to travel Achar Midbar, beyond the wilderness, to experience being alone. Moses, when he attained solitude, found something unexpected and important, the burning bush. He broke through the pain of loneliness and found the glory of being alone. So as we walk through the universe, accompanied by the chatter and the background noise of the streets or the beeps and notifications of technology, let's give solitude a chance. Only when we push away distractions can we work out who we truly are. Shabbat Shalom. So I'd really love to hear is any good things that have happened to people in the past week or are about to happen. Okay, Jacob Coleman, what's about to happen?
Well, my bar mitzvah.
Okay.
My family is here, and I love you all. Thank you all so much for coming.
Okay, wow, there we go. That's good. The kid knows how to milk it. Good for him. All right. Is there anyone else who wants to share something good happening this week? Yes. Okay, Scott and Sue and Josh are really happy to see Miriam. That's awesome. Glad you're in town, Miriam. Anyone else want to share something wonderful, even something vaguely positive?
I just made a new friend who's here for the first time.
Okay.
Alan Burke. And
Okay.
his wife is from the Catskills like I am.
Okay, you made friends with Alan, who's also from the Catskills, just like you. That's awesome.
Something as well.
And what?
I came here to buy a mezuzah for my new condo.
Okay, you came here to buy mezuzah. Okay, we're all going around to Alan's for drinks later to celebrate his new condo. Yes, Byron.
We're starting a whole new cycle starting Monday.
A whole new...
New president, new government.
Oh, I see. A whole new government and cycle, right, in the country. Okay, okay. Feels like yes, Noah, go for it. Tell me something good.
I got to meet my baby niece, 3 months old, for the first time. She's beautiful and amazing.
Is she over there? Where is she?
She might be sleeping. I don't know.
Okay, all right. We'll just try and keep it. I'm sorry we've been really loud this evening. Do apologize. I saw one more. Dana.
It's not recent, but this service I always love because it reminds me of a little over 4.5 years ago. 5 of us from the synagogue took a trip to Atlanta and we did a civil rights trip.
Right.
And
The civil rights trip that a bunch of you took a few years ago.
Yeah.
Just repeating it for the people at home.
oh yes,
That's all right. I'll do the repeating. You do the talking.
and our last stop was in Birmingham to go to the Ebenezer Baptist Church for services, and Reverend Warnock was actually together a congregational trip to do that.
Yeah, that you went to church right at the end of the civil rights trip. That's wonderful, yeah? Be great to do another trip for those good things and all the others that you haven't said aloud. We recite the Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Page 282, please rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד יקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Please be seated just before Kaddish. Do want to bring Dr. King into the proceedings one more time from a speech in Memphis in 1968. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but I'm not concerned about that now. Just want to do God's will, and He's allowed me to go up to the mountain, and I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. If you are commemorating the death of a loved one, you'd like to take a moment to take one of the stones down here at the front, hold it thoughtfully in your hand, and then place it on the table as you think of your beloved, then please come forward to do that now. Think of those who died who were laid to rest this past week. Lizzie Wolfe, daughter of Judith Rose. Lizzie died this morning. Funeral arrangements have not been organised yet. Jerry Weintraub, husband of Deborah, father of Paul, Ellen, Mark, and Karen. Grandfather of 9, great-grandfather of 3. Service at 10 a.m. Over at Evergreen on Sunday. Of course, since we last met for Shabbat services, Israel found the body of Yusuf Ziadne, one of the hostages. And Kenneth Klein, father of Rebecca Viscusi, grandfather of Sydney and Wesley. Those who died in the past month: Art Shapiro, Barbara Cohn, Suzanne Simpson, Stephen Montez, Daniel O'Donnell, and Marshall Legend. Those whose yahrzeits fall on this Shabbat: Miriam Adler, Philip Anser, Eleanor Arden, Harriet Benton, Margaret Black, Merrill Broad, David Buchsbaum, Elizabeth Chesler, Victor Cohen, Betty Einhorn, Rochelle Eisenberg, Betty Friedman, James Gagne, Clara Gilberg, Jenny Glasser, Olga Goldfield, Stephen Goldstein, Ella Gordon, Mona Graff, Ruth Guski, Leo Haas, Bessie Hacker, Arthur Hanfling, Leon Hardman, David Hossid, Sarah Hunt, Robert Eisenstein, Fanny Israelson, Tony Jacobini, Israel Jacobson, Beatrice Kalish, David Keller, Esther Kessler, Ruth Klein, Celia Klein, Jack Lensin, Milton L. Kamensky, Robert Korn, Elsie Kotler, Samuel R. Kozlov, Donald Lehman, Mildred Lykin, Carol Levine, Celia Stengel Levinson, Harold David Lewis, Larry Mann, Sarah Metzger, Flora Moskowitz, Abe Meyerson, Joan Mykoff, Leonard Nadell, Harry Nadell, Tila Panich, Morris Podolsky, Rebecca Rakita, Mildred Rich, Sherman Rich, Ronald Robbins, Gerald Rosenfeld, Anita Rotman, Ava Schulman, Stanley Shapiro, Sarah Silverstein, Lisa Swime, Marvin Taub, Rami Thompson, Alan Trapner, Hugh Treadwell, Nathan Van Vliet, Walter Viner, Phyllis Waldstein, Max Weinman, and Alex Weiss. Is there anyone in the room whose name we have not recited who would like to add a name for Kaddish? Thank you. From the online part of our community, Rose Kulakau and Vicky Hart. Would everyone please turn to page 294, rise to support the mourners as we say, Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemer Rabba, Ba'ama divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chai echon v'yom echon v'chai yedechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru,
Amen.
Yehei Shemer Rabba mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Yitada v'yitale v'yitalal, Shemei Kedusha brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran ba'ama v'imru,
Amen.
Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru,
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru,
Ve'imru,
Ve'imru, Ve'imru, Amen. Ve'imru, 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 Amen. All right, so we've actually got a special Kiddush cup here. This was given to your father Noah on the occasion of Bar Mitzvah by his Bar Mitzvah tutor.
Yeah, I think that's correct. I'm not 100% sure. That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah, rabbis know stuff.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam,
borei peri agafen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצה בנו, ושבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו, זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim.
It's good to have Rabbi Thomas Lockheim up here with us. Please, Tom, get your hands in there as we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
I asked for that, and I literally asked for it. Just please be seated for our final song. See the words on the screen. Celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Finish with We Shall Overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I still believe that we shall overcome someday.
2 slides prior to that. Anu nitgaber.
Anu nitgaber. Anu nitgaber. Anu nitgaber yom echad. Ani מאמין בלב שלם שאנו נתגבר יום יום. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall live in peace someday.
Od yavo shalom.
Od yavo shalom. Od yavo shalom. Od yavo shalom. Yom echad. Ve'al kulam. Ani מאמין שעוד יבוא Shalom. Yom Yom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.